What's up, everyone? It's your boy Major Braxton. I'm going to talk to y'all today about my reaction to the OpTic house visit. A quick note is the gameplay you're seeing in the background is Black Ops 3. It's my first game today, so don't judge my aim too hard. I haven't played in a week, so I was fortunate to hop on the game and get a quick gameplay for y'all to give you something to watch while I talk to y'all about this trip. So let me start out by thanking Hector and OpTic as a whole for giving me the opportunity to come out and paying for my flight, my Uber, one of my meals, and a lot of I got some stuff from them. Like, I got all the OpTic jerseys from every year besides 2010. The only reason I didn't get 2010 is because they weren't able to find the graphic for it, which is fine with me. So I think all in all, I got about like 15 to 20 jerseys of OpTic, which is, they're priceless to me, especially the white ones, because the white jerseys are not for sale to the open public. So I think I'm the only fan that has white OpTic jerseys, which in my mind it's such a surreal experience to have. Besides the jerseys, I also received some Razer gear. I got a pretty dope keyboard and a mouse. I also received a large Razer mouse patch. It's ridiculously huge. It's the one that CSGO players use. And I do believe Hector is shipping me a scuffer mode. He did not have one at the house to give me, but he said he was going to do it. So I just want to take one more second and thank Hector for everything. He didn't have to do it, but he just wanted to take care of his fans. Now, when I arrived to the house, I was greeted by Hector, you saw in the vlog, and I got to meet everyone that was in the house at the time. Everyone that you saw in the vlog was there. The only ones that I did not meet was Big T. He was out of the house all day, which is a little disappointing because, you know, Big T's the GOAT. And Maniac. Maniac was up in his room. I think he was up late the previous night, so I did not get to meet him. I'm not bagging on him whatsoever. I just want to inform y'all I did not get to meet Maniac. And Seth also wasn't there. He left the previous day to go to California with his girlfriend, which I don't believe anyone in the house knew about. He kind of just got up and left. And as y'all saw in the video or Hitch's vlog, Hitch is now taking over his room because they didn't want to waste that room space, so they gave it to Hitch. So a lot of people asked me what I actually did yesterday. The first thing we did when we got there is eat breakfast. I was starving when I got there, so I'm glad they asked if I was hungry. I got up the previous morning at 3 a.m. to make my flight to get to Chicago by 10. So if I seemed a little bit sleep deprived in the video, that's what it was. I was exhausted from flying and being up at 3, but I was actually pretty hyped up to see the people I've watched for years. So after breakfast, we went back to the house. That's when about Kremsick showed up, so I got to meet him. And what wasn't showed on camera, I got to see what they do behind the scenes, what they talk about, just how they interact when the camera's off, which not a lot of people get to see. So after that, we did shoot a podcast, which by what they told me, it is going up today. So if it is up, I will annotate it on screen or it will be in the description. So go check that out if you haven't. So in the podcast, Hector basically asked me questions about what it's like being an OpTic fan. We talked about the new Call of Duty some, and the last most important topic I want to talk about is how people spend their money. A lot of people have been asking me how I was able to afford this trip, donating that much money to the Call of Duty endowment, and the reason is because this last summer, when I turned 21, my parents took us to Vegas, and I was fortunate enough to win enough money where I was in the position to donate that. So I feel obligated whenever I win something or do something or get something in return. I like to repay it, and this is how I repaid it. And in the process, I also got a trip to the OpTic house, which is a win-win in my book. After the podcast, I did get to meet Syndicate, which is, again, a great experience for me because I've been watching Syndicate's videos for years. I think I started watching him during the Minecraft project, like number 30 or somewhere in that range. If you don't know what the Minecraft project was, it's what made Syndicate famous on YouTube. So after meeting Syndicate, I just hanged out at the Scuff house a little bit longer again got to talk to the guys, and just see what happens off camera, which, to me, again, it's memories that I'm never going to forget. Then me and Hector went to the CSGO house. I got to meet Mixwell, Rush, and Peacemaker. They actually have an event this coming week, so good luck to them if they wind up actually finding this video. And after meeting the CSGO players, getting a tour of the CSGO house, that's when it was about time for me to leave. Hex called me an Uber, and I went back to the airport to get ready for my flight home. I know a lot of people in Hex comments were saying that this was a short trip. It was a short trip, which I'm thankful for, because I don't, like, as much as it was cool meeting them, I have a life outside of just doing YouTube, outside of COD. I'm a full-time college student. I got enough homework as it is, and they have on their end, they have a lot of stuff they need to do too, and they can't devote all their time to me. So the day trip up there to see them and coming back home the same day was perfectly fine with me. So all in all, I really appreciated this trip. Hector taking the time, and the boys to take their time to meet me, talk to me, etc. I got to talk to Hex about growing a brand as a whole. We also talked about his Bashers line and what he was doing to better that, and I pitched some ideas for him. Maybe he'll use them, maybe he'll not. That's really up to him. If you have any questions you would like me to answer in a future video, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or tweet me at Major Braxton, and I'll probably do a follow-up video to this answering y'all's question about the Scuff House, about who I am, etc. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe if you haven't or not, so you can be notified when I put up that video answering y'all's questions. And thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.
Seraph down.